I've soldered on the antenna wire where it should be down in these holes. It has a strain relief gripping it. It's designed to attach to twin lead. I don't know if any of you know what twin lead is. It's two parallel conductors about a ½ an inch apart, connected by a solid ribbon of plastic. So there is no, it's not really coaxial. They just happen to use a piece of coax here. But when it gets to the exterior of the radio, it's designed to hook to a pair of flat parallel cable. And that's FM. This is AM. Now there's a lot of noise down here. But as I say, there's a lot of noise here, and it is 7 o'clock at night. That's FM. Now this is not a stereo system. There apparently are master volume control and little controls. I hate to turn this over. For control of the individual rooms.
Will your sister Sledge? Todd Rumford. Coming up in just a few minutes too. Here's Cindy Lauper. This is True Colors. On the train. WTRN.
This is FM. Take a look at the ammeter, you see what we're drawing. Around 200 milliamps with no volume to speak of. So we're nowhere near the 1 amp, well, approximately 1 amp allowed. Sitting around 200 milliamps. That's obscenely loud volume. So the complaint is it's intermittent. So I'll stick this in the corner and let it run for a while. 24 hours, 48 hours. I left this thing run for 3 days. And I came down into the shop in 3 days and it wasn't making a sound. It was still powered up, but not running. No audio, that is. On AM, FM, neither one. So I turned it off, and I've come down again a day or two later and turned it on, and there was good audio. In 15 minutes it died. So it's just like the owner said, it's failing randomly. So let's look at the audio circuit in the FM position, which is what it's in now. There's an FM chip. The radio has two chips in it. One's an FM chip, one's an AM chip. The FM chip outputs on pin 6. There's a resistor and a capacitor. Comes down here to pin 4 of this connecting block. That's this pin right here. Then it does some stuff. First thing it does is go through the AM/FM selector switch. If the switch is in the FM position, comes out here and goes up this twisted pair, which is right here. There's a red and black twisted pair there. It's just swinging in the breeze. It's back on the board through a capacitor. Then it travels down here through a level control. This is all on the board again. Goes back up through a couple of other controls, back down on the board to here. Goes down this way. And this is the input to the audio amplifier stage. So using my signal injection method of a finger, you see, I don't know if you hear that, but so this amplifier appears to be working somewhat. I'm going to put an oscilloscope probe on pin 4. Okay, I've got the probe on it. We'll look at the oscilloscope. I'm going to tune. You see when I tune in a station? Turn the volume in. So there I'm tuned into an FM station. Tune above it goes down, that's noise. Back to the FM station. And then below it, it turns to noise again. We have audio at this point, well, this point right here. And we're losing it because if I go to this capacitor, for example, I don't see any audio with the oscilloscope. But in addition to audio being output here, this terminal, pin 6, and this jumper here, pin 4, is at 5 volts DC. This is this FM chip, CA-3089. We'll see the typical output voltage on pin 6 is 5 volts, 5.5 volts. You have to take my word for it using the bench voltmeter. I have 5.87. If I go to this capacitor, remember it's come out here, it's gone around through here, goes back on the board. This capacitor, which is C106, and this terminal, I have 5.84, 5.85 volts. In this terminal, I do not. Well, that's reasonable because this capacitor, 5 volts, comes out here. When it reaches this capacitor, the DC is blocked. It can go no further. But I have no signal here. So the path is continuous for DC, but it has no AC. No audio. So if we do come down here, we notice it goes through a volume control in a way. This fellow, look at him. It's fed by a diode. The emitter is grounded. The audio should appear on this collector, unless this transistor is forward biased, in which case the audio would be shunted to ground. Now there's a number of resistors in series here. So 2.7K here, 56K here. So this is enough to make the audio disappear. not the DC because it's blocked. So this transistor Q210, I believe, is a muting transistor to turn off any audio input while we're playing with switches on the front panel. So Q210, so it's my belief that this Q210 is pulling the audio down to ground. Now, in order to check that, and this is a pretty radical thing to do, but I don't want to take this circuit board out. It involves removal of too many pieces. I'm going to cut the collector wire.
Phone call from your mama, just talk away.
I'll try AM now.
Yes.
Michael Myers?
Yes.
Okay. That was with Jamie Lee Curtis.
That is right, yes.
I did see that. I mean, back then I would see a movie, but then it was like a debate.
The muting voltage comes from the power supply down here. There's a 12 volt Zener diode, and it's tapped off here through a 2.2K resistor. Comes up to this switch, which is a door listen. The inside patio speakers. Listen button. It also appears on this yellow-red free hanging, which is this one here. So we have the muting voltage as far as here. That's my voltmeter ranging. It's 11.9 volts.
Do you have a favorite horror movie? I don't have one. I could not, if you had a gun of it, I could not tell you what my favorite.
Sliding around. So it goes here to this switch right here. And when I press that switch to mute it, it goes here where it's not there right now. So since this thing is muting, this transistor's muting, even though there's no muting voltage applied, I cross-referenced it to 2N3904. Has the same pinouts, same voltage ratings. And although I don't have one of these in stock, I do have a lot of these. So I'll replace it off camera. It'll probably be working when I turn it back on. The question is whether it remains working. We'll have to see.
I'll continue to say.
So I think this will fix this thing up. Not bad for a piece of 1975. And here it is, October 10th, 1975. As I said, the gentleman moved into the house in '76, and it's been working ever since.
You're the passenger in a long... Next stop's Altoona and Hollidaysburg.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this.